IGN Game Scoop is brought to you by Watch Dogs, available May 27th.
I think we'll turn it over to the listeners now. Actually, let's check in with the listeners.
Hey, listeners.
Hey, listeners.
And the viewers.
Hey, listeners.
We're finally having it out.
Viewers, if you have questions you would like us to answer live, tweet them at me, at DameZero, and that automatically enters you to win one of our Watch Dogs prize packs. But first, let's bring up Brant Range.
Rambling with Range.
We don't have our microphone. Do we have a microphone?
It's right here.
Oh, it's over here.
Range is on the complete other side of it, though.
I think
So get up and walk.
I think one of our...
This is you. This is you getting on camera. So you get to see. There he is. That's Range.
The audience is real.
Oh, we're not using the Up at Noon soundboard.
Hi.
Hey. How you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
My goodness, I remember actually listening to Game Scoop back when I was a sophomore in high school, back in 06, so it's very strange to, I guess, beyond episode 300. Spent a lot of time listening to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Greg knows how to clap. See, he's a good Up at Noon member.
Thank you very much. So my initial question is, when you're feeling nostalgic for games from your youth, which are the ones that you come back to time and time again? For me, it's always been Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo.
Wow! I mean, that's the game that I played.
And now we have like the virtual consoles.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is actually not your question.
Yeah, I know. I had
You changed your question.
Oh, rambling with Range. Who would have thunk it?
Okay, so games from our childhood that we're nostalgic for that we come
Oh,
back
God. Yeah, I mean, Super Mario Brothers and The Legend of Zelda. Like,
to.
those, that's
the
originals, the OG 1985 Super Mario Brothers. That is my, like, ultimate comfort food for video games. That and the one guy. that and the original Legend of Zelda, like, it blows people's mind. We load up the Legend of Zelda in the office, and I know where every secret is. Yeah. Before we get in the first temple, I'm like, I know where every single rupee is, where all the bombs, where the upgrades are. Here's like 6 hearts. Here's the better sword. Here's the better tunic. All right, you're set. I have that all in my head. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would say anything on the NES. Maybe not any game specifically, but just like the sound of NES games.
Sure.
That 8-bit music. You know, I've put together like 8-bit radio shows for GameScoop before. Like the sound of an NES game instantly will take me to my happy place.
Yep.
There's just nothing like. I love that every game that was made for that console used the same sound chip, so every game sounds the same, right? Like
Yep.
It sounds like it was played by the same instrument. I kind of miss that, a dedicated sound chip for a game console.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Like if every modern game now had to use the same like 12-piece orchestra.
Yeah.
Or like a band. Like you're doing all the music for video
I
games
know.
now.
Like that doesn't sound good, but I love the fact that every NES game sounds the same.
Yeah, it's crazy that music is so tied to like feelings of nostalgia and like taking you back in a way that, you know, some other senses aren't. I mean, mine are definitely, I grew up with the NES, but mine's probably SNES era games, you know, Super Mario World and Super Metroid. Yeah, I go back and play a Super Metroid probably once a year, I would say. Ghost House?
Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to say Ghost House on Sega Master System, or Ghostbusters probably on Sega Master System. But probably it's not even, I mean, I was already in high school, but Metal Gear Solid, PlayStation 1.
It's a good pick.
Like that one, you know, that was the one that changed it for me as far as what video games were and where they were going. So,
Do you ever go back and play Ghost House?
no.
No.
I
I have all my Sega Master System games, but I for some reason sold the system. And I don't want to get my dad to get up in the attic and send me the games and then eBay a system and whatever.
You could just get it all on eBay. Your dad doesn't have to go in any attic anymore.
But I have the games, so
forget
I don't want to spend the 13 cents to get the Sega Master System.
We also,
Right.
I have a second answer. My favorite thing, one of my favorite things to happen on PSN is bringing back PS1 era RPGs. So I played Grandia and Suikoden, and I played all those games again back when I always play them, and I'm like, I'm going to play through this whole thing, but then it turns out I'm not 16 anymore and don't have the time.
Yeah, I know. That was my thing with Super Metroid, right? Like, we did the video, you and I, about your favorite game of all time, Super Metroid. I went home and got it on a virtual console. Totally had a fun playing it, and then, like, you know, stopped. Like, I'm never going to have time to go through and sit down and dedicate to it. There's Mario Golf to play.
Yeah, Grandia's the best. Best battle system of all time in an RPG.
What about Suikoden 2? You know, excited about that?
I am excited about that, yeah. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Mr. Rands, do you have a next-gen console?
Yes.
Xbox One or PS4?
PS4.
Here you go. You can have this controller.
That's a controller from evilcontrollers.com. You can go customize yours.
That's awesome.
And I also put the Toasty sticker on there. Sorry about that.